Do you have to be an expert to write a nonfiction book? Well, it certainly doesn't hurt, but is it necessary? I'm going to tell you right now. Hey guys and gals, boys and girls, authors and author wannabes. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Your old buddy Tim here, back dispensing all kind of expert knowledge on the topics of writing, editing, marketing, publishing, agenting, all that good stuff. And I use the words expert and knowledge because that is the topic of today's show. And before we get into it, if you are a writer or someone who is looking to get started as a writer and you want some expert knowledge and advice, make sure you click the subscribe button below because I do these videos several times a week, and God forbid you miss one of these because my goal is to help make you a better writer. Primarily what I do on this show is I answer questions that have been submitted by viewers, like this one from my friend Abraham. Abraham says, Tim, do I have to be an expert on a topic to write a nonfiction book on that topic? That's a great question, Abraham, and the short answer, of course, is no, you don't have to be an expert to write a nonfiction book. Hell, you don't even have to be a writer to write a nonfiction book. It's sad to say that many of the nonfiction books that you will find on the market were not even written by those who put their names on the cover. Nonfiction is one of those genres where ghostwriters like myself abound. And thank God for it because it's helped to buy me a very nice house. But the question is, do you have to be an expert on a topic to write a book on it? Well, let's look at the word expert, Abraham, and I'm going to kind of define that and go from there. An expert is someone who has not only a body of knowledge, but has experience putting that body of knowledge to work. All right. You don't have to be an expert. You can be just knowledgeable in a topic. Think of something, Abraham, that you're good at or something that you're knowledgeable at. You may not be or consider yourself an expert, but you got a lot of knowledge. So that's the difference between expert and knowledgeable, at least in my book. Knowledgeable means that you have the knowledge. Expert means that you have put that knowledge to good use. You put it to practical use. You have preferably experience over a course of years fine-tuning that knowledge, and that is what makes you an expert. So, do you have to be an expert to write a book? Of course not. It helps. It certainly doesn't hurt, but if you have a knowledge of something, you can certainly write a book there. You don't have to come at everything from an expert point of view. That's one of those words that is so overused. It's kind of like guru and entrepreneur. You know, everybody and their mother now is an entrepreneur. Everyone who's written a book is a guru. It's just one of those words that kind of grates on my soul. So let's forget the word expert for just a minute and let's just talk about a body of knowledge. Let's say that you are going to write a nonfiction book. Well, there are a couple of areas. Let me back up. You can write nonfiction that is basically commentary, advisory, where you are giving your opinion, you are offering advice to the reader on how to do things. Maybe it's a motivational book, how to be happy, how to recover after a disaster, how to do this. It's all motivation and how to. You see this a lot in the motivational genre. You also see it in the business genre. You'll see a lot of advice books. Hell, I wrote a business advice book myself. And so that's one genre. The other one is more of I'm an expert and I'm going to teach you how to do things. For example, let's say you've got a body of knowledge, Abraham, about how to raise vegetables. You have a green thumb. Your thumb is so green, the Jolly Green Giant sends you fan mail. You decide to write a book, Abraham, based on that body of knowledge on how to do gardening. Are you an expert gardener? Who knows? And really, who cares? It's just you have that body. So the next question becomes, Abraham, are you a writer? See? I knew I would get to the crux of this. It doesn't matter if you're an expert or not. It's can you write? Because that's the underlying thing for every book. Well, if you're not, the good news is you could always take your expertise and have a ghostwriter write that book for you. Or maybe you could partner with someone who could take that. So when it comes to writing nonfiction, the ability to write, in my opinion, is not necessarily as important as the body of knowledge that you're sharing. So let's say you are, again, you're very knowledgeable on gardening. You have all these tips. You can really help people. If you're a writer, Abraham, sit down and write that book. If you're not a writer, find someone who can take your thoughts and put them on paper. All right. So you don't have to be an expert, Abraham. You need to be knowledgeable. Although nowadays you see a lot of people, especially in the age of Kindle, where they're publishing all these nonfiction books that they don't have any body of knowledge whatsoever. They simply went over and did some research on Amazon and saw that essential oils books were selling, or how to train your dog books were selling. And then they went out and hired someone to write it. Not necessarily an expert or anyone knowledgeable, just someone who could do enough research to put some words into a book. Those books are crap for the most part. They offer very little information and expertise that you can't find online. Not a fan. Oh well. So there you go, Abraham. I hope that was helpful. You do not have to be an expert to write a book, a nonfiction book. It is good if you have a body of knowledge that you can then bring out. Because, in the end, your goal for writing a book like that, Abraham, is going to be to help the reader. You want to help the reader be a better gardener. Kind of like I want to help you be a better writer. So there you go, Abraham. Appreciate you submitting that question. Because I used it in this video, you are going to get one of my digital ebooks, either Sins of the Father or Angel of Mercy. I will get in touch with you, Abraham, to find out which you prefer. In the meantime, folks, if you have a question or comment, do me a favor, drop it in the comment box below. And if I use your question or comment on an upcoming show, you, like Abraham, will get a free copy of one of my books. So there you go. You don't have to be an expert to write a nonfiction book. The difference between expert, and the next guy is putting the body of knowledge to work. It's all about the knowledge. That's what it takes. And that's what it takes to help you become a better writer. All right, Abraham, appreciate the question. You guys go on, get out there, go build a body of knowledge and become an expert and write something great. Or get someone like me to write it for you.